Hello, and we are back. We are back. We are back. We are playing yet another episode of Disco Elysium. We're back. We're wrapping up some loose ends. I have a meeting tonight at 2200. Actually, a couple of them. And we'll have to see how that goes. But let's get right into it. Should be capturing. There it goes. Alright. And we're off. It's 1500. Let's see here. Did we find the murder weapon? Hardcore jam. I still have one skill point to burn. Oh. Alright. I was reminded that I never actually did finish the quest to make the music more hardcore. And I remember getting something that told me there was something in a tree somewhere over here by the I think that's what it said, right? Make the jam. Find a tape with the melody for Egghead. Huh. Ah, there we go.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze. Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102, underneath a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. The bronze ribbon twists around and within the branches in an intricately natural pattern. But there's something. There's a twisted logic in this mess. You see the ends of the ribbon, the way it flows, how it twists and turns. It's all starting to make sense. It'll...
Okay. Do I have anything that helps with interfacing? Aside from those gloves that I... Oh, I should probably be wearing those. Nope. Okay. Well, here we go.
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
What's the tape for? How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it? You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape.
Hello again. How can I help you? You mean Reese Spoolie? Yeah, I do, but I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty worthless.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Huh? What do you mean? Yes, what about it? Is it any good? The music, I mean. Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility. Okay.
Well, that was nice of him. Okay, we do have game audio on, right? That happened last stream. I went like 45 minutes before I realized, hey, there's no game audio. That is the dangers of Twitch streaming to an empty chat room. Nobody can point out when your feed is messed up. I also think if I've got time, I don't know that I've ever, this playthrough, if I ever went and talked to Measurehead. And I think if, for no other reason, then I bet it would trigger a whole bunch of encyclopedia checks. I should probably go do that. That's one other thing I wanted to check. Since I'm here. Okay. I'm really surprised. That's negative. Hmm. Oh, wait, that's +1 volition. I thought that said negative volition. Huh. Okay. Oh, bridge.
The large-headed youth has closed his eyes, lost in the music. Sensing you, he opens them.
Good morning, comrade. Yeah!
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself? Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready? Wow! Here's that? The signs match perfectly! Now if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
Intriguing. The way I see it, Van Eyck based his remix on some famous original piece, like a folk song, something local. Seems he found an initial part with the main melody.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits! Bring up the volume!
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
Yo, the warrior! The warrior of dance music!
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Huh? I see you're here again. Off sign, man. Did I... Nah. Still strongly... You heard me.
Hey, her Innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember? You have the Headless Fallen Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back. Don't be so pessimistic. Love doesn't die that easily. So very, very, very nifty. Nifty and mysterious. This is surely what the figurines are for. The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad. Why? That does seem to be a problem. Maybe you meant something else? I don't know. What are we thinking of? Part of your mind has gone on to other things already. The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting
Weird.
on a cracked pane of glass.
Visual calculus. I think maybe that's the only thing I have that helps that.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and compact nothing. Just the edge of the crack sparkles in the dark. There may have been a writing here, but
That's how it goes.
Yes, what is it? The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great, thanks. I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle.
Okay, but still. It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear?
She seems testy. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Good. Then you might not in the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. You just need to get the offside copy from the ice bear.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying,
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. That feature creep and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out. Thanks. And here's my Kvalsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund.
The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is Prybar version 2.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, since it's not going to actually burn any in-game time, let's go see... First of all...
An old door, worn by elements, guards
Dang.
the depot.
Is that a...
An old door.
It's an interfacing check. Wow. Because my interfacing... You know, it's not exactly a slouch. Didn't I have a... Yeah.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Physical instrument.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it. This orange machine is dead.
Wow, those don't help at all, do they?
Only the red cable is plugged into the breaker box, while the black one lies neglected on the floor. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
This
orange machine is dead still. Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzun multi-tool, but your fingers slip away from the tool. The lid shutters tightly as before, and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's come to this. Hello! I'm trying to get into this damn ice cream maker. I have the multi-tool, I have everything equipped that could help me. And it is still impossibly hard. How many, do you know, do you happen to know how many days can you go before you run out of time? Is he selling anything over here that could help?
If he really wants to save the economy, he'd let you pay with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all
Buff's help.
places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
So that's not going to help me.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here. You should go over and ask him about paying for those sneakers with your net worth.
My net worth.
The speakers, you should go over.
Everything's still cool here, officer. Me?
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samara Isola.
Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Seaguy province of the Serais Empire. The Apricot Suzerainty, you know?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachon. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know? Whatever's good for business is good for me.
I guess I've shaken him down as much as I can.
Shine on the...
Stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net worth. Go over and ask him.
Actually, that... I will take that.
And practical, officer. Good choice.
Abort. These are hideous.
Damn, officer.
They're
Yeah.
perfect for concealing. It's going to be...
Okay, let's see.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer. A good starter pair, officer. And when you're
Sure,
ready
why
to
not?
upgrade, come back and see me.
Already got it. The tape. I actually just did that before you came in. We went and made the music more hardcore. Man, I'm kind of... Or ask Sona for help. Who's Sona? Oh, I guess, yeah. She already gave me it, which doesn't help at all. Yeah. I want to find the last one. I don't think I'm coming up here because I don't think I've ever talked to Measurehead this game.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
No, I haven't. It's part of that. That's part of what I'm doing.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you, the fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music? offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago.
Yeah, he's not very likable. I'm waiting till 2200. I have to be at the apartment building.
That is all you need to know. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pay. No, I have heard about it on the radio. I'm from Couronne, and no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. Think upon it. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Yeah, maybe.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting a friend nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years, there is need for a servile homunculus. I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called hardy boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful. Find out for yourself, endomorphic blob.
Interesting. I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
Yeah, I had that happen one time. I had that happen, and he did more damage to me, and then I landed another punch on him, and then spin kicked him.
That will be
my thinking was like, surely not. Like, if I try a 360 spin kick, Harry's gonna like fall over and hurt himself or something. But it turns out that was not the way to go.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Well, Measurehead, delightful as always. Speaking of which, let's... Never did figure out what was with this.
You hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work. The exact location and time period are left deliberately vague, but it's clearly meant to represent the economic relationship between the Revacholian suzerainty and its many vassals. The box has a nice heft to it. You hear the rattle of individual wooden tokens and feel their weight shifting back and forth. Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of grand strategy and complex player interactions. The plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance. There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell. A mix of wood, paper,
Wow,
ink,
that healed my morale.
and a sweet must of cardboard. Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel. The colorful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling. You begin to suspect there may be a political agenda to this so-called family game. Only one way to find out. The instructions are opaque at first, and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout. You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points.
My authority at the moment is... Where did it go? 2. But... I have several things that will boost it.
That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource. Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners. Remember, there are many paths to victory in Suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly. The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now. You open up a number of pouches containing wooden tokens. There are also several punch boards with other cardboard components that will need to be punched out before you can play. In addition to the worker and building tokens used by each player, there are also several piles of colorful resource tokens, each representing one of the game's 4 principal resources.
It used to be called the Landlord game, and there was a second set of rules originally where you basically played socialism, and the idea was when you played the capitalism version, the game is horrible and makes you hate everything about it. But when you play the cooperative socialist version, it's like a much more pleasant playing experience. And when like Hasbro made their version, they just left out the alternate rule set, which is like super ironic if you think about it.
From the Empire of Sephre, orange apricot tokens. From Ilmarat, the ancestral name of Ilmara, grey marble block tokens. From the Seminine Islands, white sacks of sugar tokens. And from Supra Muindi and
Yeah.
Sarah Maritza,
It's a better name.
tokens for unprocessed cocaine leaves.
Oh, those are nice.
Each cardboard token makes a satisfying ch as you pop it out. Soon, a neat pile of cardboard coins and counters has accumulated before you.
What? You're not going to offer to let me punch any of them out?
You hold the open game box before you. The lieutenant looks over the rulebook before he sees something that makes his eyes go wide.
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours. I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for a game.
I will try to convince him to play that with me later after I've done the meetings and all that. Okay, that will come in handy, I think. Okay, so, man, I really don't want to, like, I guess it did say I could wait for it to thaw out, but I unplugged that ice cream maker. I thought I did it, like, a while back. Let's see, do I have any side quests I can finish? Offer figurines to Dolores Day. Sync signs with the Noid. I guess I could get Titus to give up Ruby's location. See if this lady down here has anything else to say. Or Cindy.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Do I have... I know I just picked up some new stuff. Do I have anything that helps conceptualization? That does. I don't. The balcony smoker is currently in the whirling in rags. I could go talk to him. Wonder if that makes that check any better.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, piggo. I think everyone would rather you didn't. You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portraits. Sure, anytime. Us shit artists have to help one another. Besides, I was out of fuel oil anyway.
She only gave it to you because she doesn't see you as competition. The right idea is not coming to her. It's excruciating. You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your Kanema? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, paint, and a brush. You're ready to do this.
Oh, I'm still kind of... I'm still weird.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
I like it.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Huh, I figured there might be a dialogue option, but... Okay, well that's one thing off the list. How close are we to leveling up again? Alright.
By love, you did.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Well, it's 5 XP. Okay, let's just go give... I guess I'll go give this ice cream maker a try, and then if it doesn't work, I guess I just gotta wait. No harm in waiting. We're on day, like, I think it's day 4. So if you're saying that it, you know, you've got till day 7, then...
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Okay. We should at least put on our stuff that helps with this. I think that's it. As far as what I got.
This orange machine
is
dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
So for 1 in 4 chance.
Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzun multi-tool, but your fingers slip away from the tool. The lid shutters tightly as before, and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar?
Yes, I believe I do. Somewhere. Interact. Tools. Yep. But I'm not gonna. I've yet to use any drugs or booze this entire game. I'm not gonna start now. It's all right. We can wait. Go mess around with the payphone. Put on my dumb hat. There was one thing I was wanting to check. Oh, NVIDIA 3070 is available on Amazon right now. Yeah. I really wish you could organize your clothing by like what it did. So I think this is the only piece of clothing I have that increases perception, right? Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I also have... I don't know if this affects any of the music, but I also have streamer mode turned on because apparently some of the tracks in this game are they'll hit you for a copyright violation on Twitch. So some of the music may be different than what you normally hear.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling. Still calling. Again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, you're electricity.
No, but I got a feeling I'll kick your ass is gonna make an appearance if you ever call this number again. Have a good one, asshole.
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone. Calling. 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 Still calling. Still calling.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work. Hey! You're not Tethys. Screw you, and don't ever call here again. You're fucking with some serious people.
Disconnect tone. Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
If I could go just 1 month without writing, no, 2 months, I could regenerate my brain. Fucking liberalism.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you, the call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying. You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial, then pull down on the number, then move one up, and repeat the motion twice. Strange. This is not how you started before. You dialed 001. This is not the area code of Revachol. It is another destination on another Isola, some far-off nation-state. 005 is Revachol, ZOC. 001 is Grad, on the Grad Isola, where the telephone was invented. The next 2 digits you dial are the area code for the city of Mirova. 414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air. 1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling. Yes, 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks. 451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills
Ultra-long
with
distance?
The wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage of distortion, far away. A distant network of phones. Calling. Calling in the night. Calling still. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy. The lieutenant is too far away to hear your yelp. The sea wind blows.
This seems like maybe a bad thing that I've gotten myself into.
Calling. 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 Calling still. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello? Hmm. Who is this? No, no. It's you, isn't it? It's you.
A sigh. She heard you, but she does not hang up. And neither do you. You can't.
Great.
the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle. Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to that last thing.
You're not a revolutionary, Harry. You're drunk.
You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out.
Oh, God. Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
Yeah, you know, I've thought of this before. It never gives you really any indication of how long ago, like, any of the stuff that's obviously in his past has happened. So... I'm just gonna hang up.
Your hand isn't moving. The headset hisses in your ear with evil sadness. Right now, I'm gonna give you 1 chance. Push the headset in the cradle with all the strength you have. The cord dangles in the wind like a sickening worm.
I don't know if I want to try that again.
You dial the number again.
Oh no!
26 pulls of the rotary dial. The machine eats the coin, and a terrifying ocean of distance rustles in your ear. In the middle of it, a familiar ring calling. Put it down. Before it's too late, please. The headset lands in the... Now walk away. Forget about this. Walk away and do police work. Bury this in yourself and move on.
Yeah, let's leave. That was... Okay. I swear that's like the 3rd time I've picked up change there. Yeah, that was a little intense. Okay, so we've got, like, I've got a couple hours. And I don't really have anything left to do. Yeah, I don't imagine that there was probably any good, like, way that was going to end.
Wait. Take a longer look at yourself and how you're reflected in that slick chemical rainbow. What do you see? Metaphor. It's always metaphor. This is more important than you. That's the blood of industry you see before you. The runoff from Coal City, further down the coast. The engines of fortune once roared here. Great wealth poured into Revachol, the Delta, as did smoke, waste, sickness, life. The engines stopped. The West Revacholian industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now, extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape, a landscape despoiled by industry. Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning it up, but you're a cop. You must concern yourself with different messes. Even so, it's pretty to think. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez. Of course, a radical centrist. In these bright and loud times where 1,000 frequencies drown one another out, sober thinking is a radical act. It's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. That's a pity. Real democracy was just around the corner for Revachol. All the leading citizens are waiting there, without you.
I wonder if I could sit on that park bench. Uh-oh. Got stuck. What, the centrist thought? I don't know. I don't know.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
See if, well... See, this is the problem with time not moving like in real time, because I'm in a situation now where it's like I've got a few hours to kill. Oh, you think so? We'll go check. That'd be interesting if it gives you like a shot at it every few hours. I'm surprised my internalized thought here hasn't triggered. Now I'm going to be thinking for the rest of the night all the different ways that that phone call might have went.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice-cream churner.
Still no, but I do have a point. Let's go to the bookshop. Actually, let me look at my map here. That guy's long gone. I can't do that check. Abandoned lorry. Okay, I have a question. If this, without getting too spoilery, if I get the Hardy Boys to give up Ruby's location, will it? Because I know that there is a point, like where you have to decide, hey, I'm gonna go pursue the murderer. That won't like trigger some point of no return, right? Because that's really like the only thing I was waiting on. Oh. Thank you. You know what? Let's go check with the Hardy Boys. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. The last thing I have to do is just try to get them to give me the location of the murderer. Or, well, Ruby, I assume. Let's see, what would that probably be? That, I'm guessing... I'm gonna guess that that's probably Authority. Put on my encyclopedia hat for this.
It's you again. What is it?
Yeah, I figured.
Why? Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 12:25 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No. All right, She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cobb. And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
Oh. People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that. And Ruby doesn't carry one.
Yeah, they're the ones I listen to the most.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
That looks antique. A Velma grave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
A broken old broomstick is what you showed me. But point taken.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroomed deathbringer in the evidence bag and says,
"Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right. 4mm too."
Whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. You have been thorough. I'll give you that. All right, keep talking. I'm getting a bit curious about some things myself.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't. To be fair, like it doesn't really tell you that like it's important when you find it.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
Yeah, like what? A thing, you mean?
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Yeah, well, I would say this at least when I found the rifle, I didn't know that the hanged man had been shot yet. It was just a thing I found.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked classier.
Yeah? No. Ruby's got more balls than a ball pit. You'd have to be an idiot not to. Guys, I'm not the only one who knew. Right?
You what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
Yeah, I got her when I interviewed her. I got her to tell me quite a lot.
That Ruby is queer as cabaret. Now that I start thinking about it, I don't know why I didn't see it earlier. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
If that's the case, then it's not right.
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Not so useful.
Fucking hell.
And I suppose you have a theory about that too, cop.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it.
Opinion.
There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Yeah.
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. I told you. You, as in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
She's not really a Hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely? On the coast, past the waterlock. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something. Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. She said you have a funny taste in clothes, and that you won't stop until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other. Open them up like cans.
And then when they're all empty, just move onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Yeah, yeah, Elysium.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having to go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught Eve. But she was too scared. It'll have to.
Yeah.
His grip is firm.
I'll shake his hand. He turned out to be not as big of a piece of shit as I thought he was originally.
Not just granite. Tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
Alright. Well, I'm going to try one more thing, and then I'm going to get out of here for the day, because I got to run to the store. But we're going to try to open that ice chest once again, now that I've got a skill point. Oh.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours? Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clausia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end. Anything strike you a bit off about this mission? No, they didn't. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window. True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand-waved it. Good point. It is rather rare these days, but do continue. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now, you know that. Free as a bird on that roof, lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me? Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing her further.
Well, now I gotta go talk to her. Okay. I am still gonna try that ice maker though before I get off here. Yeah, I wonder if the reason the volition triggered just then was because of because I passed the volition check with her. I also have a pretty high volition, so maybe it just triggered by itself.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain? I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like shit, sir. All the time. Clearly, I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we? How well could it have gone? I mean, I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility. I don't know what to say. None of this is fortuitous for me. The what? Oh, those ones. I don't know, sir. I said I have no idea what to make of them. Honestly, I think they're just trash. I mean, there's no reason for me to think they're somehow connected to her. Did I? Why do I still feel suspicion hanging over me then? What I managed was to get him killed. I understand that.
The lieutenant looks away, over the railing.
For my sins, of course. The long-standing sins of a bad, frivolous person. For destroying my first love. For working for bad people. The list goes on and on.
She nods, slowly, carefully even. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous.
Let's see if I can pass this check. Probably not. Shivers.
Officer.
Wow,
what
all
brings
that.
you up here in the rain?
A warm
Oh.
column of air rises around you.
3% check.
Falling rain, encircling the building you stand on. You feel its twisting shape. Bits of paper and birds on the thermal, along with several million liters of water, all rising back into the great Insulindian sky. Because it's warm, from the gathering spring, from the oceanic current flowing into the bay, the people on the streets, the machines that hum in the harbor, heavy fuel oils too. From the vapor, a great cumulus is formed, a cloud castle 1,000 meters high. A flock of seagulls screams, hitchhiking on the thermal. They too are part of the procession, the honor watch. For her, the guest, waiting. As safe as you keep her. For Gloria, soon these clouds will all fall down as rain. Spring will come. 2 more months, maybe less. It's time.
You mean here in Martinez? I'm waiting for the miracle to happen. It'll take one to get me out of the mess I'm in.
And what would that miracle be?
The return, of course. Now, I know I'm not from around here. I would only be hitchhiking. The return is a big hit in the industrial espionage circles. A lot of desperate, seedy types there. All screwed in this unipolar world. Don't you know, sir? I thought you were from around here. You look like Mr. Revachol. The return, well, it's part urban myth, part political science. It's a fool's hope, sir, and it's also all I've got. They say there will be an event, that it will happen somewhere here. In Revachol West. They say it will happen soon, and that it will change everything.
Le retour.
Of the king, of the nation, of communism, return on investment. I don't know exactly. It's meant to be vague, as promises generally are. But at the same time, I mean, things can't go on like this forever. Something will give. It always does. Yeah, I guess it is.
So she thinks, at least partly, that this return will feature a self-governing Revachol. She has already placed her bets.
Soon. But it's been soon for almost half a century now, so don't hold your breath. No need to worry, Lieutenant. I'm sure the streets will not erupt in seditious violence just yet.
These streets? I'm not so sure, miss.
I do.
I agree, Detective. Something is coming. Trouble. It will be a hot spring. I don't know what exactly, but...
Something is happening in this city. I can feel it when I'm out here at night.
Her thought trails off. The wind picks up again. Above her, a great cumulus cloud rises, ready to fall down as precipitation. April will come, then May. A month, maybe 2 from now. You shudder. The feeling dissipates. The thought ends.
That was really interesting. Okay. Let's go give that ice cream maker one more shot, and then I'm gonna probably call it a night. But I have a point to spend, so maybe we can get that check to work. Something beautiful is about to happen, like I painted on the wall. Okay, let's switch into my physical instrument shirts. I think it's, oh, I already have it on. I think they're... I think maybe I already... That too.
This orange machine is dead still.
Okay,
it
physical
has
instrument.
a hand crank.
Let's go ahead and save. I haven't done that in a little while. Physical instrument.
This orange machine is dead still.
Okay, I'm missing some piece of clothing because it was higher than that before. Where to go? Empathy. That's not... Yeah, that's not it. Where did... Okay. Am I missing something? I've got the crowbar. Do I have something on that's lowering it? That's what it is. The tie. Okay. Am I? That's the multi-tool. And I've got the crowbar. Right?
This orange machine is dead still.
Oh.
It has.
I am holding the right things, right?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
It's still 42%. Wow. Well,
Ice
nope.
squeaks beneath your Kavalzum multi-tool, but your fingers slip away from the tool. The lid shutters tightly as before, and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger.
Yeah. Well, perhaps we'll try again next time. I gotta go. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. But I really appreciate you coming by and hanging out. I'll be, let's see, today is Wednesday. I'll be back at it tomorrow. And hopefully we'll finish up some of these bigger quests. Like I only have a couple more hours and then I can go do my communism quest and hopefully find my gun. So I will see you guys later. You guys have a nice evening. Bye.